Greetings. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Geeking Out. I am Tamon Kane, and I'm here with my fellow friends and geeks. And tonight, we're here to discuss something really special to our hearts. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing?
It's Monday.
Good.
Yeah.
Monday.
And it shouldn't be a Monday for me because I'm off for the summer. But for some reason, right now it's Monday. And
well, I'm doing great. I finally finished my bottle.
woo!
Oh, okay.
Well, there it is.
We are done, baby.
I'm proud of
You
you.
got to start opening a new one.
I feel so accomplished.
Wait, how long you been working on that box?
Ooh, Pretty Little Liars episode 1, season 2, episode 1. So that was 8 episodes, and that ended in June. Yeah, I've been working on it since June.
The whole month of June.
The whole month of June. And if you've seen Scream Kings, I need all the alcohol I can get.
Speaking of Scream Kings.
Right. Hello, King Michael.
What's up?
Hanging out with us. Tonight, we are discussing Supacell. Supercell is a hit show. I didn't have anything fun to say about it, but Supercell is a show that I've been waiting to come out for so long, and it finally came out, and it did not do me wrong. So I'm super excited. I'm so excited to talk about it tonight. We have a drinking game, and if you hear the word or the variation of the word powers, so powers. Magic, whatever you want to call it. When you hear that word, you must take this drink with us. So let's start off right. Cheers. All right. Pop quiz, everyone.
Oh my God.
It's a surprise. Name 5 black superheroes that do not use electricity.
Oh God.
What? Okay.
That's
Black Panther, Vixen, Miles Morales.
Miles uses electricity.
he does.
Yeah. Okay.
Venom.
Luke Cage.
Good
Nicolas
one.
Cage.
Green
Lantern.
That is true. That is very true.
What's her name?
Bishop.
Would Photon count?
Yeah.
It's a variation of radiation.
It's energy manipulation.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Bishop.
Blade.
Bumblebee.
Blade. Yes, I was looking to hear Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
Does Spawn fall in that?
Spark.
Hero?
I mean, he's an anti-hero vibe, but sure.
He definitely counts.
I think AK said Bishop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bishop counts. That's not. It's energy manipulation. It's not electricity, so we'll take it.
So, and Bumblebee.
Michael said Falcon. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He has no serum or electricity, so he is just Scarlet Witch. Not Scarlet Witch, but Scarlett Johansson, which is Black Widow. That's what I was getting to.
Okay, what?
He's just Black Widow.
Stop. Quit it.
Okay, well, you guys pass your. I think was that 5?
Yeah.
Blue Marvel.
Yes.
That's a
It
good
was a
one.
collective effort.
That's a good
It
one.
was.
I am Blue Marvel. Okay.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Does he have any superpowers?
We'll take.
Brilliant tactician.
We'll definitely take that. So a fun thing we like to do is take quizzes to figure out things about ourselves. And so we did the same thing for this episode, figuring out what our superpowers would actually be. And Ricky, drop it like it's hot.
Oh God. Here we go.
Me, okay, great. Mind control, mind reading. I think that's super appropriate. Congratulations. If you had a superpower, you would be able to know what other people are thinking. While it may get overwhelming at times, you would never have to wonder whether someone was lying or not. Ooh.
All right.
Take it.
Wait. So wait.
So for Caden, it's the same thing.
So wait, I have a confession.
Oh Lord.
Oh God. Oh, come on, Usher.
So look, listen. When we were doing the quiz, when I was doing the quiz, the questions didn't. Some of the things didn't make sense. So the first time I took it, I got something that I already have, and it didn't make sense to me. I got empath.
That's your power.
So why did you skip it?
Because I retook it, answering the way that it needed to be answered. I overthought it the first time because I'm like, these are not objects. Not all of these are objects. Not all of this is weather. That doesn't. It had things that didn't match, but yeah, that's all I got to say.
So you rejected your gift.
He rejected his first gift.
I already have it. I already use it.
So do I, but I didn't reject what the quiz told me.
Just another
Okay,
variation.
next. Oh no.
Oh.
We
Yeah.
are no Avengers.
That's interesting.
Linguist, Akil. Going on vacation, if you had a superpower, you would have the power of a linguist. Now you would know every language that has ever existed. In espace genial. What did I just say here?
That's
French.
Nice?
It is.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Oh yeah, genial is nice.
Isn't that nice? You're not. Isn't that not?
Yeah,
Isn't that nice? Isn't that
nice?
Akil should be able to tell us this. It's ridiculous.
I just did.
Oh, I'm like, this is one episode of us learning our powers. Awful. All right,
This is new to me as it is y'all.
Okay.
Nice, AK.
You know what? It's the Leo connection, I think.
It is. You know, that's right.
Okay.
Computer superpower, man.
So I can put the only individual here.
Nice.
Super speed. If you had
superpower,
you would have super speed. What may have taken you hours before now takes mere seconds. You would have all the time in the world to do what you want. You know what? This would be good for you.
You know, and the thing is that because there was a lot of questions that kind of like poke fun of my ADHD. I felt really offended for a second, but like, yes, this would make sense.
Okay, so our squad right now, I don't know if we'll get called on for big missions, but we definitely are. We have like some heist, maybe some artifact stealing. I don't know. We'll do something.
B team's busy. C team, we need you.
Oh yeah, we'll be working with Indiana Jones or something.
It's giving big Ocean's 11.
It's giving Ocean's 11. Yeah, it's giving that. Okay, so Cam, what is your powers origin story? And that means how did you get it? When did you get it? All of that.
That's a great. Let's see. Okay, if I had to come up with one on the spot, I would say that minding my business. I was just sitting in class, middle school, minding my little middle school business. And then all of a sudden, I just get flooded.
Yes.
A whole bunch of voices. And I freak out. And then I pass out.
Okay, we'll take that. Akil, what is your superhero origin story?
So you know what? My parents were ambassadors for this country, visiting France, and Dad drunk some serum on the bar, and he got on my mom. She had me, and I was just smart. Everything.
Okay, super serum. We love it. Ricky.
I think that a side effect of taking medication, I think that's where it would come from. Taking side effect of taking some focusing medicine, and I focused too much. I got too much done, and the next thing you know, I wake up with super speed.
Okay.
What was it? What's the formula that they've been using on the boys?
The
V.
V. Agent V.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Lucio.
I mind my business. No. No, so I'm thinking like the most tired I've ever been is just like being in college. I was like working and going to school is the worst. So I can see me falling asleep in the library, like against the language section. Something happens, I don't know, and I wake up and I'm like, there's an earthquake. All the books fall on me, and I wake up with all the languages.
I like that an earthquake can awaken your super abilities. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. Akil, hero or villain?
Villain, of course. We've discussed this.
Yeah, we know. I would love to see what you can do with your super abilities as a villain.
Okay. I know you would.
Okay, Lucio, super villain or hero?
Like fourth string hero, or so I was racking my brain earlier for this. Like, how would you be a villain? Like, I guess if you could like associate with people, like basically speak with people, like meet them on ground, like groups of people that are normally like marginalized, and like meet them where they're at. Like, you could probably get some kind of horrible, awful cult following.
Yeah. A cult leader could be interesting, being able to speak multiple languages, all languages. Mm-hmm. Maybe you stumble upon some alien race and you can speak their language and
all languages,
and get their technology and come back and rule.
Okay, who's that? There was an X-Men who had that power. And basically, like, everyone spoke English until this superhero showed up, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden there's all these alien languages we need to have. Just this one guy can talk to them for us.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
We got to find that one.
If you know that one, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, drop a name.
Cypher.
Watch me like Babel or something like that.
I like Babel. That's a good one.
That's a good name.
Yeah, Ricky, hero or villain?
I'm gonna be the loved one that's had no clue. They're trying to keep the secret from to keep them safe, but it backfires. No, I would think I would be a sidekick.
Okay.
I'd be a good sidekick of the hero side.
Oh.
Okay.
Not Boo.
That was a cliffhanger. I thought she was about to say a villain, but
okay. Well, Akil, I will be a villain with you.
There you go. Okay.
I will be a villain.
You would.
Yeah, I know, right? I got my powers in the middle of an interview, and I just kept hearing these people. I was asking questions, but I knew the answers before they said them out loud. And then I started hearing the crew's thoughts, and I just had to say, cut it, go to commercial. And then I went crazy, and I became a villain. And I used my powers as a spy to find out thoughts and secrets, and I sell them on the black market.
You sell them on the black market? Well, dang.
Do.
Wow.
Absolutely. And me and Akil work together, because who's going to speak to the people when we go for these meetings?
That's good. That's a good system.
See?
You're going to tell me what they're thinking and feeling, and then I'll interpret.
Mm-hmm. He's lying. Kill him. I don't know how we're going to kill you yet, but...
Ricky's your sidekick. She's going to super speed him to death.
Yes. Rip off their arms, Ricky.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay.
She's a hero.
Oh, you are.
And I would be a hero too. I would be a hero too.
Gosh.
Damn.
Well,
I don't know if I would be a hero.
World.
I would help people. I help people.
That was one of the questions on the quiz too. Like, would you be a hero or a villain? Would you help people? I'm like, I'll be minding my business.
There's also like, what's your favorite pet? Like a dog, an owl, a cat,
a jellyfish. Jellyfish is in there.
Right.
What did everybody pick for the question? What would you do when you first found out you had powers?
Use them.
Oh, I've studied them.
That was mine.
Yeah, that's what I put. Study them.
Okay. They don't do this in shows unless you're Tazar or Caesar. Taser.
Taser.
He's the only one who gets it, but okay, we'll get to that. Taser,
bro.
Okay, I think it's time for us to get a commercial break in, and when we come back, we're going to run down a little bit about the show called Supacell and take a sip. Power. Sick of it.
Ooh, all right.
All right, Killer Card Game. Check them out. Check them out, please, on Instagram. Killer Card Game on Instagram. In Love with Horror, you said that you got empathy also. Now, you have to let us know, are you a hero or a villain? Because
that's Christy.
I know.
That's got to be Christy.
Of course it's Christy. We have to know what team you're going to be on, okay? You're going to be with me and the Kill, or you're going to be with the cool kids, or you're going to be with the others. No shade, you know.
You're just going to help people.
Or you're just going to mind your business and also occasionally help people. Okay,
definitely using my power for some game.
Let's jump right in. Supacell. Supacell is a story about 5 Londoners who just wake up one day and sort of have superhuman abilities. We get to meet a nice, cool cast, starting with Michael. Michael is, I guess you could say he's the main character, right? Michael's the main character, and we see the story unfold from his perspective. And he is challenged from the very beginning with his hero's journey to go and save the love of his life. In the pilot, the first episode, we find out that Michael is tasked because he, in the middle of a heated sexual encounter with his fiance, he is teleported to the future and finds out that she dies in 3 months. And he has to collect a group of strangers that come together to fight some type of evil that we get a preview of in the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's just sort of break down the different characters and the character arcs. And I also want to talk about the characters and how their powers or those character types are represented in mainstream superhero films. So for an example, we have Michael. Michael is very akin to Hiro Nakamura from Heroes. He can teleport. He can travel in time. He can freeze time.
Mm-hmm.
Did we love Michael this season?
I did in the beginning.
Oh, that changed?
Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't like I didn't like him in the end. It was because he was pissing me off. He was making me upset. And I told this in the group chat. He was making me angry, like probably like 2 or 3 episodes before the end, where I was just like we'll talk about Dion in a little bit, but Dion's clearly like helping you. Like there should be no secrets at this point for her because she's known from the get-go. So why are you like trying to hold things from her? Also, why are you not listening to her? Because at one point she knew more than you did. So like that made me upset because he kept like dismissing her and pushing her away, and I said, "Dude, it's not the time." Overall, I like the character.
That felt very plot oriented too, because it's like if they just had a conversation, they could have sorted this out very easily. It's like, oh no, we have a little bit of conflict, so they're not on the same page still.
Right. I think that's.
And I'm almost confident that if he would have just had the conversation, she would have been okay with staying her butt at home and doing the research.
I was pissed at Rodney too for like interrupting him during that conversation that they were about to have, that big conversation before like all the big stuff went down. Mm-hmm. Like they're clearly upset. He's about to tell her something really important. She's trying to give him all this information that she's gathered because she's gotten a lot of information just from doing her own research and like doing her actual job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's doesn't happen. Things could have been different.
Yeah, things could have been different. You know, I love her with Lois Lane in stories like this, and she was doing her good job as a social worker / reporter, getting all the info together. building her package to bring home to her man.
She
And
was.
what did he do? Hold on, baby. I gotta go handle some business. Everybody just freeze for 2 seconds
Please.
and talk to each other, and we can wrap all this up really quickly, and then you can go.
Yes.
But do you think it would be easy to kind of have that conversation? Hey, I done saw something. You ain't gonna be here in a little bit. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, how could you have that conversation though?
Like any other conversation, you just do it. And this is really elevated because this is life or death, and you have the ability to stop it. Let's go ahead and pack your bag, love. Let's go to your mom's and have a stay there instead of here with us, please.
What I appreciate is that they didn't take the usual route of the person with the powers keeping it a secret from like all their loved ones, like where none of the loved ones know, and this guy's like protecting them. Like, sister already saw it, she already experienced it. You can't hide that from her. You might as well keep her in the loop. And like, I understand the burden of like letting someone know, hey, I know when you're about to die. It's about to be real soon, sweetie. But something like, if you just, I feel like as someone you have to talk to her because maybe she could have done something different. Or she would have been understanding. She would have been more understanding, I think.
She would have, and because you're acting weird. You just proposed to me, and now you're acting real strange.
Right.
And you got these abilities that we both are unsure about. I'm freaked out because I love you, and you out here with these powers acting reckless. And I'm telling you, slow down. Let's learn some stuff. But we're not connecting. You doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm freaking out just as much as you are because I don't know what's going on, but you do. We're freaking out for 2 different reasons.
And I think it also could have gone differently because when he does finally tell her the truth, it's like in the heat of the moment, and then you have all this other stuff that's about to happen. Like there's a lot of emotion and adrenaline going on right after him telling her. So like, there's no way for her to like to kind of settle and make like some rational decisions.
She still took it much better than like if someone told me, "Oh, you're dying in 3 months."
Yeah.
So what's the plan? How do we stop it? What are you going to do? Who we're going to find? What do we need to do to get this all done? Somebody help me do something.
Yeah.
All of that. All of that would have happened.
She don't strike me as the type that'll sit down and be like, "Okay, I'm going to die in 3 months. What are we going to do?" She seems to me to be like, "Well, look, this is what's right. This is what I'm going to continue to do, and we're going to fight together." So he knows his woman, so maybe that's why he felt like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that.
That's fair. But you know what? The moment I saw electricity and fireballs being thrown around, I'm like, sweetie, all right, I think I'm out of my league. I can check on this at home. Text me.
Hold on, baby.
Call me on the
can you teleport me home?
Send me home.
Baby, can you teleport me home, baby?
Real quick.
It's too much.
2 seconds flat. It won't take me long. I promise.
Can your friend run me home if you can't teleport? If you don't feel like you got it?
I mean, do I got time for Uber? Because
I just want to be safe.
She had her own car. Damn.
He bought you a car. Use it, and now it's a good automobile. Window broke.
Everything messed up.
Bro, there's a bullet hole.
Yeah.
Are there any other superhero characters that even not just his powers, but personality and all those things that Michael resembles that we've seen?
I think he took on the hero's burden, as they call it, and he played it well because he saw a lot, he experienced a lot. Not only did he just figure out that he has this newfound power set, but his mom is sick, so he's dealing with that as well. So he's trying to juggle this. He's trying to figure out how he's going to get all these people together to accomplish a mission and fight these people that he don't know who or why they're fighting. So he had the burdens, and again, I'm always pro villain, but he tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. So I got to give it to Michael.
My favorite part of Michael's when he was getting frustrated, because with Rodney in particular, he was like, everybody's asking me like I have all the answers. I don't. Okay, like I just found out all this shit too. So everybody just relax. If you just listen to what I can tell you, then we could probably get some progress. I liked when he was not like, oh guys, the whole time he was like, hey, I need to talk to you. Please, Caesar, please, I need to talk to you. But
I have some answers. I can tell you that.
I was happy when he just got pissed off and he showed that he was human. and a bruh, so I appreciate that. Okay, that's Michael and Dion. Let's tip over to bad gal Sabrina. Michael said it was reminding me of Clark Kent on Smallville, not wanting to kill them. I don't got time for it. Kill everybody that you need.
Yeah,
Kill all of
them.
Bad gal Sabrina. She, you know what? She is the character I thought I would. After a few moments, I would like the most, but it turned out that she wasn't. But she was great. Yeah, she. No, I didn't dislike her. Of course, I'm just saying she wasn't my top character that I liked.
I like her powers the most, for sure. I like her powers.
Yeah.
I think especially in some of those ending scenes, like I really liked her stuff. You know, what was the frustrating thing about Sabrina was her sister. For me, that was the thing. That's the most frustrating thing about me was her sister.
Charlene.
It was the sister and her relationship with the sister.
What was it?
But it was so. It was like healthy. This is your whole. Yeah, it was like this is your whole world. Between that and you really wanting this promotion at your job for nurse at a place where you clearly have been undervalued for many years. I don't know. Just like that. That's who she was. Her sister and trying to get this promotion.
Yeah,
she got her promotion.
She got her promotion.
She did. She did get it. She absolutely did.
She also committed a murder.
Well, that was self-defense, to be fair. That was one of my favorite parts when Charlene and Sabrina, they went to the club and Charlene went outside and had a little frisky. I mean, I can't.
Why you say Sabrina like Kendra the Vampire Slayer?
I liked her. I didn't have a problem with her codependency issues with her sister. It felt normal and real. I loved her sister, and she was as messed up as she was, but she was a really good character to watch. I didn't expect what happened to her to happen, but yeah.
I like Sabrina's so straight laced that it's almost like everything's kind of pre-decided for her, but because of that, a lot of things kind of, I mean, like with the attack in the alley, things break bad, and she doesn't know her powers, and that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, when the guy started flying towards her, and she just said, "You know what? Let me go ahead and handle you real quick."
That was the worst power matchup that guy could have had.
No, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
She wasn't either because she reacted. That was just pure reaction.
That was pure reaction. I mean, she stopped and waited for him to come, and then she was like, "Okay, we're gonna do this." And her power plus his energy that he was flying towards her, it took him out. I thought it was real funny though how when she went to the police station to confess, and they were like, "There was no murder." She's like, "Oh, okay, well, thank you so much, everybody."
I didn't like that part.
I'm sure they let her out of that police station because come on, man, someone's gonna be following her.
Right.
It may be, but at that point, it was like, oh, this lady's crazy because what is she talking about? We already know that there was no murder called in from this place. So what is she even talking about? She's just crazy. I'm sure the police get people in there making false reports fairly often.
And one thing I thought about, one thing that crossed my mind too, especially when I went to the police station, that's why I didn't really like that scene. I wonder, and I didn't do research prior to, but I wonder is the view on policing in the UK the same as is viewed here in the States?
That's true.
Because clearly, if it happened here in the States, nobody going to the police station.
Some people confess their crimes.
I don't know. Like if she was that straight laced and she might have.
It felt true to her character type for sure. You know, she's here to heal people and help people, not to kill them. So the burden of killing someone and then no one knew about it, and then I think people may be annoyed by her because she's the character that seems ungrateful that she has abilities.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean,
but you gotta have that.
I mean, she again. I still can't get over this police station saying she cried and she wanted that promotion, was so happy, and you about to throw that away. Your sister, she in a toxic relationship,
Several.
several toxic relationships, and you know she gonna need you, so you're willing to throw all that away for something you did because you had to protect yourself.
Listen, who else switched on the subtitles?
Yes.
That
Yes.
gang conversation in the first part of this episode was taking me out. So
Now-
I had to do the same. And a lot of my
Now
friends
I
said,
have to admit, in my old age, my captions stay on my TVs, but I needed to make sure for sure that that they were on for this one for sure. But I loved hearing them talk. So
Yeah.
yes.
I loved hearing them talk.
I do like so something I thought that was really interesting like the last handful of years with subtitles is they do the descriptive subtitles where it's like, oh, this is the tone that they're speaking in, or this is the tone of the song, but and also some of the inflections they do. The kisses teeth, I saw that come up 3 times.
I love that.
What is that? What is that? And you realize that they're doing.
Yes, all
I
the
was like,
time.
oh yeah, okay,
Oh,
got it.
yeah, they are.
Stuck in the
All the
teeth, yes.
time though. I should have counted them as hundreds.
And it's no shade. It's just the slang was taking me out of in the beginning. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I'm over this
Wagwan.
gang situation.
Wagwan, come on.
I managed to watch it without subtitles. I was okay.
Rodney said the
I
line.
guess I'm a linguist. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Rodney said the phrase.
Rise,
Rodney said, "I'm having a proper mare with this car," and I was like, "What is that?" And it was the subtitles like, "Oh, he means nightmare." Okay, got it. Like there.
Oh, Papa Matt.
Proper mare. Yeah. I was like, "What is the?" I was watching that.
Billy said, "I watch everything with subtitles for extra context." Listen, I feel it.
Yes.
Hey y'all, hi King Bobby.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up?
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Okay, so Sabrina, of course, is the Jean and / RIP Shannon Doherty. She's the Prue of the show. She's very straight-laced, straightforward, and she does not play about her sister. I love the scene when she came outside to speak to what is his name? Crazy.
Oh yes.
Went up to she said, "Stay in the house. I'll be right back." And she went outside and she read him his rights. And I thought it was so hot, but so funny when he was. That's why I've been saying, bad gal Sabrina. He did not give a shit what she was talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't care. As he shouldn't. And did he take that watch from Charlene? He took her watch back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
go. That's what like really like pissed me off about Charlene. Like it switched real quick. Would you? Here's that watch for you. Oh well, we can talk later, girl. If you don't get out my face,
y'all know. Stop playing. Y'all know.
No,
that is how it be sometimes when somebody gets
very
you
much
blankmatized and they throwing that coin at you and they giving you jewelry. Hey baby, what's up? I'm so sorry. I can't wait to see you tonight at the club.
No.
Bullshit. I will say they were looking real good at this party though.
Yeah.
Charlene and Sabrina was looking real sexy. And Red Bottom, like, look at y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at what was the sister name again?
Charlene.
Charmaine, but
Char. Yeah.
Char. That was her clothes, so she must have been pimping these bras for a long time because she got all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Watch.
Okay. That's after you gave me a black eye, you got sent to jail. Okay, whatever. Next up is Andre. Now, Andre is like the Thing or the Hulk. He's that tank that you need on these teams. I was almost excited because I thought his powers may have been something to do with technology because he was so good at his job with the computers. Then he went to ATM machine. I was like, okay, he's about to give us Micah from Heroes. But I was disappointed, honestly, that he had the typical black person power.
He was Luke Cage.
Yes.
He was a Luke Cage.
He was definitely Luke Cage, and Andre absolutely in the comments.
and you know what? And when he went on that, because he was doing everything for his son, and I got so vested in that job interview I was like,
Mhm.
yes, he about to get this job. He done been
Oh, yeah.
honest. He deserves it, and he still didn't get the damn job.
I was
That
so
pissed me
upset
off
for
a little bit.
him.
Yeah, feels like life, and it sucks.
That's my favorite character. Just because every single day was just worse than the previous one.
Yeah. So why wouldn't he turn to dark, or assume? Why wouldn't he turn to have an opportunity that will make him do things that he don't know was bad, but it was just set up perfectly for him? That's good writing. It's just set up perfectly for him to go down that different path. When his baby mama was acting up, I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" She was so funny.
Yeah.
She said hello. She was like,
And then got the money and so it's time to go.
Sometimes
"Ain't no
it's like
point
that.
here." It was like $300 and nothing here. You ain't doing it.
So I can't hang out with my son because
You
ain't
can,
got
but
all
I'm
the
out.
money.
Nope, I'm out. See y'all.
No, she was about to take Junior back. She was about to be like, Junior, get your stuff, let's go.
And I think that's why his character stood out for me, because it was very emotionally like connected. Like you see him trying to do better. He's clearly trying to do better. He's trying to take care of his son, to be able to be with his son and do right by his son. And then even after like that moment when he like smashes the ATM like and gets the money, like he knows he doesn't really want to use his powers for that. He still wants to set a good example for his sons. Like I know he felt like the guilt for that, but at the same time, no, I understand. Like,
run me my money.
Like, let me go ahead and pick this up. I mean,
right? You know, it's already out here.
Otherwise, yeah, it's littering otherwise.
Right,
Ricky.
Not a good man, Savannah.
He is a good man, and you know what? He pulled on our heartstrings, and I love the idea of his son and the whole story, and them hanging out, and his
that together,
they did a good job of showing that his father doesn't have it all together, but he wants to be present in his son's life, and his son still really likes him, even though some things happen that sort of pissing him off. But that was great. It made me think: are they setting us up for the next generation already? Because the son is there. We didn't even talk about how you even get this superpower.
We should.
Okay, well, newsflash: the Supacell gene is a derivative of the
sickle cell.
So when two of your parents have it or a trait, and you don't, and the idea is that you don't have it at all, you are a potential candidate to have the supercell because the gene transformed. And so everyone that has the powers either has a parent or both parents. And sickle cell affects melanated people from the Middle East to India and in Africa. That's right. So us. So
in America.
Yeah. And so unfortunately, my eyes ain't turned yellow yet. Into researching that jaundice is a part of a trait of sickle cell. I was like, that is really interesting.
So from school back a million years ago, sickle cell kind of advantageous in some situations, because if there's malaria where that happens, it can't get into sickle cells. Which, I mean, you probably still rather have normal blood cells, but yeah, it's a weird like adaptation, I guess. It's not great. It's not a good trade-off.
No,
but malaria does kill a lot of people, so it's kind of like
about 100 years ago. I'm just kidding.
It still no. It's like still
people. Thanks, circling back around. Yep.
I have the trait, but AJ doesn't. So my kids, they're screwed. Yeah. Well, if they don't have it, if they don't test for it, then they will be fine.
They've already been training their kids to defeat the monsters since birth, so they'll be all right. They'll figure it out.
Correct. And if anything we know about Buffy, you don't have to have powers to fight. Ask Dion. So yeah, Andre was the one that we wanted to love and fight for and root for. Next is one of my actual characters I actually started to like the most, but I didn't like in the beginning. Taser.
These are so complicated for me.
He is. He's the only legacy hero we have, because his mother is the opening of the show, because she is brutally shot after using her powers to try to
escape. That was awful. That was rough.
Absolutely rough.
First 3 minutes of the show. My gosh.
A black woman shot. Like, y'all, okay, thank you. You did it. You did it. That's what you should do. I understand. When they went to the future, I actually didn't know what his powers was. I thought he was going to be like an assassin, or he had like agility. He was flipping out the knives. It wasn't until he went invisible I was like, oh, I mean, it's the same. It can work the same, but I didn't know what his powers was right off the bat.
Right.
Oh, powers. Take a sip. Ugh.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, that opening almost made me walk. Like, just not even just like the running, being shot, but the being dragged down the hallway.
Ooh!
That was brutal.
For all to see. That was rough.
That was very rough, but intentional and smart for the entertainment value. I will say that, like, when he was, it made me think when they were dragging his mom and the other people was reacting to it. Like, one woman was really upset about it. It made me think: do they have community while they're there? Are they just always separate? Did they know each other outside before they got taken?
I bet you they probably keep themselves keep them in those cells to make sure like they don't get together and start doing stuff together. I doubt they let them come out for anything.
That sounds familiar in history.
With the exception of the one who can heal everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for the healer. Oh, she's the girl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure we'll see her more next season.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see. What are they talking about? Bobby said, Tazar, another one of the irked me in the beginning, but I grew to like him. Yo, I feel the same way.
I was initially intrigued by him just in general because I actually think he's kind of cute. But I thought it was very interesting how pretty much all of their powers kind of manifested is as something of how they kind of either view themselves or they kind of feel like it's missing from what they're looking for. Like Tazar in specific, like he can go invisible because he kind of feels invisible after his mom left him. Doesn't feel like people really like see him for real except for his gang, and even then like they left him kind of hanging in that one fight, so he was out there on his own. And that kind of, I thought it was interesting that his camouflage ability manifested. I saw the correlation between that, so I thought it was kind of cool.
Now, one thing too I would mention, and that's another reason why I like the show, because the actor who plays him, he was in another show, and as long as I'm on here with y'all gonna hear me sing the praises of Tubi. But it's a show called Borders, and he is just like he is in this show, but without superpowers. And the premise of that show is these kids are in boarding school, all black, and they're just trying to fit in, and he's doing what he has to do to make sure that they pass and survival and pay back his mom and stuff like that. So it was interesting to see him kind of flip it up and take it up a notch in this. But I like the invisible powers because, and this may be my analytical brain, but how many times we've been in spaces and we felt invisible? And so this is the time that you kind of use that for your benefit. And so I enjoyed it. I thought that was a dope power.
He did make some poor decision choices. I won't deny that. He made some poor decisions.
Yeah.
But he did what he had to do to defend himself.
For his crew.
So question though. So I was rewatching the first episode earlier today, and something clicked. And I was trying to figure out why was that moment different. So if you remember in that first episode where Michael initially meets Tazar, not like on purpose, not while he's searching for, but like he's delivering it. It's not really his route, and he happens to be on their estate, and they start like ganging up on him. The first time they stab him, or Taser stabs him, then the second time he goes back in time and goes through the motions again, and Taser decides to let him go. I was watching. I was paying attention to make sure like if there was something about his powers that manifested for Taser to make him realize, oh, something's different here, or if it was just some kind of by chance that it just happened to be different. Do we know, like, was there something that I missed, or like, do you think there's something different, or just kind of happenstance?
I figured it was just actually see his perspective from that point, because you didn't have his perspective when it was focused on Michael. You didn't have that perspective.
So I was wondering if, like, maybe like Taser like sensed something was different, and then he just decided to just walk away and change.
I think so.
I think it was just because of how he approached the situation at that point. He knew he had to do something different, so he downplayed himself a little bit and did a little bit more compromising to show, like, I'm not a cocky guy. I'm not out here trying to, fight all of y'all, because I know I'm going to lose. I know what the outcome is going to be if I don't handle this correctly.
Right.
I did rewatch it too, and I think one of the things, like, the biggest difference is Michael clocks Taser like right at the start, and really he does downplay it. He's like a bit more contrite, a bit more like subsumed, I guess, where he kind of lets them take control of the situation, I guess.
Yeah, and I looked at it from Michael's point of view, since he was able to change. Of course, in that first showing, he like, man, damn, this dude's gonna kill me. But then he kind of realized, okay, he can be reasoned with. There's a reason why. I'm pretty sure he didn't know that, he did know that ultimately he's going to be working with this guy. But I thought that showed him that, okay, he can be reasoned with. We're going to need him, but it's not going to be easy. And that's kind of how it played out.
Speaking about feeling invincible in certain spaces, does anyone think that the powers are random, or are they specific to a need you may not even know you have? Like the show Misfits. Love Misfits. Good reference. I think they're just random. I actually heard a theory like this once before about Sabrina and Tazar's mother, and how only powers can only occupy the space one at a time. So there's only one telekinetic. There's only one fire person, and so far we've only seen people use these abilities each time, so that hasn't been disproven. I hope that's not the case, but that has not been disproven.
I don't know, I guess
I lean towards that theory. I think that pretty much, I think all of them kind of had what they were lacking in certain spaces. They got a power to kind of that speaks to what they were lacking.
What was going on? Because Michael was trying to be in several places at once.
He was a hustler.
Trying to be,
yeah. And Andre, and if you think about Andre, he's probably been beaten down so much, he probably feels weak. So weak by the jobs, weak by his ex-girlfriend or whatever she was. So that strength that he needed to overcome that's really interesting. And I mean, that's normal in these kind of shows or movies. So that will be interesting to see more of. I do like that they explain that the powers are activated when you come into contact with somebody who also has those powers. So when Michael was at the thing and Tazar showed up, I assume Tazar activated Michael's power then.
Yeah, because they were all passing each other at a certain point.
Yeah, like, which is super dope.
It was very. I thought that was a really cool thing to do. Like, these people who have crossed paths before don't even know how connected their futures are.
Yeah,
and I thought that was really cool.
Such is life.
And we didn't break down. We didn't break down Rodney, did we?
We haven't got to him yet.
Okay.
But that's a great segue to Rodney. What a great segue. Okay, to Rodney is the Flash, or Rakia in this case.
Yeah.
Or
I'm a speedster.
A speedster. And you know what? He was my favorite character. He was so charming and annoying. Yeah. I thought he was fun, and he was handsome and charismatic. But he also had a heart when you start to see more about his backstory and his connection to his parent, his mother, his stepfather. I thought that was just so great. And his best friend was fun.
Spud.
Yeah.
There were moments where Rodney was annoying me. Like that situation with Michael and Dion. Like, but I think Yeah, and like, but Rodney was also like, "Hey, we about to do this. We're gonna do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Like, if we gonna find these people, let's go ahead and find these people. We're gonna take care of this business, or let's go ahead and do it because I'm here." So I can appreciate that.
But it took him losing, well, a loved one being kidnapped for him to step it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that goes for all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's checking those boxes of the things that you have to sort of go through for this hero's journey. Like, okay, you rejected it first until Uncle Ben is dead, and now you want to fight everybody. So
it's like they either all like were either about to lose someone, or like it was going to be a threat of losing someone. So like Michael, threat of losing Dion, Andre, threat of losing a son, Rodney, his friend was taken away or kidnapped. Shar was kidnapped. Yeah, Sabrina's sister. Yeah. So who else? Oh, Tazar. I mean, Tazar already lost someone.
Oh,
his grandma got beat up.
His grandma almost lost his life times too. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy was wild for that.
He was. I wasn't expecting him to walk in the house, and I really loved. Before that, I love Tazar and his grandmother. I was telling Cam this, like to see those traditions in those households, like Nigerian culture being shown on screen in that way. It was great. Like when I think he was washing her hands, he brought the wash bowl to her. We don't do that, but I'm just saying, like that was nice to see. The Uncle Ben reference is why I think Dion dying is a canon event. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
I just don't like it. I don't like it. She acted her butt off. She was top notch. Her acting was
Michael.
She was fine. I don't care. She was fine. She communicated what needed to be communicated at every moment.
She tried to at least.
I liked her. I liked her more than I liked Michael, and she seemed to she had her own superpower. She's a social worker, and she's like always can read the situation. She walks into a place and like people kind of want to open up to her, and even when they're not, she's like, "Okay, we need to leave. Let's back out."
And that's what Cam meant by helping people with his powers by being a social worker and reading minds. That's what he was talking about this whole time, y'all. Yeah. Michael. You know what? Her performance when she was like, "You proposed to me, and then you left, and you someone's completely different, and I feel like I'm not really a part of your life anymore." I was like, "Damn, that's some good writing." But Dion, you are nailing this scene. You're showing your vulnerability and your strength all at the same time, which is beautiful to see.
Yeah, I love her.
She was a wonderful character.
Yeah, she was. She is.
I'm also almost confident that Rodney and his friend that they're queer. I don't care. They gave me queer vibes.
Up a little bit. I was picking it up a little bit.
They gave me queer vibes.
He was messed up.
And yes, if they circle back to that, that would be really cool for them. I'm here for it.
Also, just something I noticed: Rodney breaks so many tables in this show.
He was
he breaks so many tables. Just like I think he breaks 2 or 3 in his apartment alone.
And mom has he's knocked into something. Good grief, kid.
So majority of the episodes, and I love television or books like this, it sort of devotes a chapter or episode around each of the main characters. And of course, all the other characters are involved in this episode, but the central focus of the episodes are those main characters. It was done so well in this ensemble. It really did feel like Heroes all over again. First season.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They did a great job of really utilizing the time that they had to give you multiple storylines, and they still made sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest now. I haven't watched Heroes.
Any of it?
Oh,
I guess I'll have to add it to my list now.
Of course you do. Yeah. Powers. Another drink. Powers. Everybody, we need a drink for that.
Get your heart broken.
I mean, I also too. I've watched a few, but I can't say I watched from beginning to end of the series, so I know I missed a lot.
Wow.
Power.
College was a hell of a time during that time.
Power.
Okay,
Take another
so
step.
but also this is what Billy says is one of the reasons why, because I heard the season 1 was great, and then after that, it was a mess.
You
Now,
watch
Billy, that's not fair.
You'll have to watch them all.
And to be honest, the quality dropped as the seasons went on, but they were still watchable and better than a lot of stuff that's on today.
Season 2 of Heroes, I think, was shaping up to be better than season 1.
Oh yeah.
Writer's strike happened.
Yeah.
And then they're like, in all honesty, they should have said, you know what, we're gonna stop, we're gonna restart again in X amount of time. But they're like, let's get those episodes out now. And they're
for no reason. What season did they bring the first generation in?
For the parents of
the mystery
most
with the original group.
I want to say that no, that was after the second half. The third season, they kind of. I want to say that was the third season.
You sure it's not season 2 because Hero went to the past in season 2, and in the present, Mark.
I think that they like thread in little pieces, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah,
but nothing.
Yeah, but I think it really took off in season 3 because season 3 it kind of course corrected just a tad bit. Let me see. I'll look it up real quick.
Well, that wasn't in the first season, but that was one of my favorite aspects of Heroes when they started doing like this murder mystery about the original group who had powers and started hunting them down for whatever reason. I thought that was cool to go back to the original group, even that black and white flashback. But anyway, that's
one season. Just like there's no Shrek 3.
I think I like Shrek 3 though.
Oh, it's terrible.
I don't know anything about that.
Wait,
now we're watching Shrek. That's what I'm doing on my.
No, wait. Shrek 3 was the one with the babies, right?
With Prince King Arthur. King Arthur is supposed to be, but they're building up to this big fight at the end, and then it's just Justin Timberlake talking to everyone like, "We can be buddies."
Oh, that one. No,
that.
I didn't.
You can't do that.
Okay. Then which one is the one with? Maybe it's Shrek 4 that I didn't really care for.
Shrek 4, also the best one. Shrek 4, the best one.
Which one is the one with Fairy Godmother?
Every single one of these episodes.
Well, all I know is that the musical is superior to all of that. So either way, go ahead.
While we're here, let's talk about the sidekicks. Since Ricky wants to be a sidekick, we talked about Dion already. We talked about Rodney and Andre's son, but Andre also had a best friend who I actually didn't like at all.
John,
I liked him.
So, no, that was the one with the glasses. Yeah,
John. I don't like John.
He was trying to put him on game. That's why I'm like, okay. And then when they confronted him about it, he kept his best friend safe until he couldn't no more. So I'm like, okay, I see what he got going on there. But he also was like, well, shit, if you're gonna do it, I gotta get something too. But I enjoyed it. I wanted to see more.
Taser had a whole crew of sidekicks, and they were getting on my nerves every other second.
Absolutely.
All of them.
Absolutely.
Even his cousin or best friend or
what was that? That was his name, Tuesday or something like that.
I actually liked him because he was like, I don't care what's going on with you. You can have a mutant. You can be a mutant. You can be this. I'm still gonna ride with you. I was like, yes, love him no matter what.
There's they were
even though y'all let him get sliced up.
They were all fairly much like ride or dies, but golly, just like every other reaction with everybody that was not Taser was just like, I just wanted to knock one out, just one good time, just one.
I was like, y'all, first of all, slow down. What you're saying, slow down. I don't understand what you're saying, but I don't know.
Bro,
it really was. Their reactions were like fireworks going off, like boom, 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 and then Taser's just like, all right, we're gonna deal with this. Like,
I love it.
The decision maker
with their bikes and kitchen knives. Yeah. Exactly that.
The scooters. Come on, man, that was the dumbest scene.
Hey, they had to get there how they got there.
I love that. I love that. There's not like.
I would have rather they call up an Uber and they all show up in an Uber.
And what was funny was that they kept getting jumped The Sixers, like every other episode, they thought they were gonna come in. They only came in like 5 or 6 deep, and then this other crew keeps coming in like 20 full on.
Yeah,
yeah,
made no sense. Made
But
no
Taser
sense.
made sliced them up like it was nothing.
Baby, when he got to slicing and dicing it under that parking or that bridge, and he was slicing and dicing all of. Ooh, I said that's a bad man. That's a bad man.
And I like that
scene
too when they were. No, I was gonna say I like that scene too when they were in the car and they got pulled over by the cops. He went invisible, like, give me your guns and all that good stuff. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. That's how you do it. But ultimately, they got their ass whooped.
A lot.
Yeah. And that was, I'm glad you said that was a cool way to show like the expanse of his abilities, because it's not just him turning himself invisible. He can also turn things around, which probably mean people too, other things around him invisible, which is nice to see. So he had a crew. I actually enjoyed Michael's best friend who owned the bar or the club or the restaurant. I thought he was a good addition to
Gabriel, I think was his name.
Yeah.
He's gonna be beat up soon. He has to get beat up in the future.
Oh, I hate it.
Or die.
Yeah.
Of course he's angry.
Of course he's angry. Look at this. Yes, he's angry.
His mama was taken from him, and he thinks that his mom just abandoned him.
And she was not.
But like clearly, I feel like he's clearly the youngest one in the group. Like I'm pretty sure he can't be no more than like 20 at best. So like he's clearly acting his age.
Yeah.
And I love how Sabrina is like the big sister for everybody because she checks everybody. She checks him a few times actually, and he deserves it. But I love how strong Sabrina is amongst this group of men. I love that. That was so smart and good casting for her.
Right. Very quick to tell somebody to get out of her house. So
get out.
Get out of my house.
Oh, when Crazy came over, he was like, "I'm not gonna be here long," and she told him, "I'm glad you know that."
Yes.
I'm gonna have to steal that. I'm glad you know that. Speaking of Crazy, now Crazy was had me sitting at the screen like this, watching the whole time. Even though he is crazy now, he is crazy. But the crazy are the ones that will love you the most.
Ooh,
and I'm gonna stand
on
that. I'm gonna
stand on. That's the problem. You're toxic.
Wait, this is the same one who had his bras come pick him up from their house, right?
First of all, there were other supers that were his drivers. It was nothing else. Charlene should have just calmed the fuck down. She didn't have to show out like that.
Really?
Yes.
You no. If you know how your girl is, why would you have two other girls?
I don't think he considers his girl.
It's his piece.
That's not your man. He's not your man.
You're not
that's definitely not your man.
You're not the prize, Charlene.
Crazy. That character drove me nuts. Every single scene he's in, I'm like, this guy's really, really dangerous. Like everyone, like Sabrina going up to like pick a fight with him. I was like, someone's gonna die right now, which was really good because those hunters, I was like, these guys are terrible. Like every single time those hunters hunt, they're awful. And I was like, these guys aren't scary at all. Taser.
It was a plot twist.
It's crazy. Dangerous.
It was a plot twist. Realizing that Crazy had powers was not on my bingo card.
Not just powers, like he was the rogue of powers.
Yeah, like
the rogue of powers.
He's a multiplier. Yeah, it's really cool. And I did, although like really early on when they're like, oh, he's in jail for 35 years, I was like, if he's out, like he's out for a reason. There's some organization pulling some strings.
See, I didn't think that far. I just figured that he got out on a technicality because he had a good lawyer.
Yeah. And
he's a drug lord.
He did.
And at the big battle, Sabrina was like, Crazy, you may need to leave. And he just sort of switched and had his killer reveal. He's just like, actually, they're all here with me. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
He was Styler and Peter Petrelli. We hold on to that thought because we have a clip. Are we ready for that?
Yeah.
We have a clip from the cast speaking about their favorite superheroes. I think it'd be really cool to interject now.
Oh, let me make sure.
Favorite villain or superhero of all time? I know. This is what I said.
You know what? Right now, I'm gonna shout out Homelander because he's killing it.
Sailor, Peter Petrelli. Like, no one ain't said them, man. No, do you know why? You did it early. You did it well. You know you can't. I respect it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my Lord. Tell him again.
I mean,
It's probably going to be a bit cliche, but the Joker. Oh, Joker. So what? The Joker. Everybody's saying this. I feel like I changed the
oh, please don't ask me
I'm
that.
sorry, but I have
I'm not even like her big.
I know.
Scar still comes on top.
He's a bad man, isn't he? He's a.
Like what he done was just his bad man.
Does Goku count as a superhero?
Yes, obviously.
Goku.
Okay.
And then villain, the Joker.
Ah! Damn. Yeah, I said Goku, man. Hey.
I think I'm gonna say Spider-Man.
Hey, it's okay. I'm Spider-Man's guy. Yeah, it's okay. No, Spider-Man is very cool.
I'm Iron Man.
Oh,
Iron Man can do everything.
Yeah, man.
Like Iron Man, smart, fly, strong.
Wow, not Batman.
Nah.
Oh,
Undoubtedly.
come on.
Undoubtedly.
Come on.
I would say Venom. Big fan of Tom Hardy's work as well. So all the Thanos.
Man did it without it. Just snapped it in.
Thanos. He read for what he believed into the end.
Yeah.
But what I do, I love his conviction.
Yes,
And that's how you make it in life. You stand on something and you don't remove that.
That's what we love to hear.
Just ride it to the end.
Come
So
on,
that's what I
man.
like. That's
Beautiful,
what I like
beautiful.
Akil, that was for you. I couldn't wait for you to
my
see
God.
that. I couldn't wait for you to see that.
Oh man, yes. Finally, somebody see it.
Jesus Christ. There you go. Yes.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was crazy. Is definitely giving Peter Petrelli, Sylar. Well, actually, yes, Peter Petrelli and Sylar. And I don't know if he said it because he did research for his role or not, or he really is a fan of those characters. But that was a cool twist for us to find out that he had powers and the ability to, in short range, hold on to those powers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
DeAndre said, I got a feeling we haven't seen the last end of Crazy. I hope they didn't get rid of him in that room.
Baby, shot him on that table.
Yeah.
Twice. They shot him twice.
They shot him twice. Well, a fun fact, he actually was not supposed to be on the show that long either. He nailed his table read, and from that, they asked Batman to go back and write more for him. So he probably isn't coming back unless he was that great for everybody. But he tested really well, so they wrote more for him.
One of the things that I did like about the show is like, so there's shows, I like to call it like breaking your toys. Like when you're like, okay, we're ending this. Now we can just break everything. Just do, like, I think one of the, like the Star Wars, but one of the more recent ones, like, oh, Chewie's dead. Oh, I was like, they're breaking their toys. There's no way they just killed Chewie. And then he showed up in that scene. I was like, come on, that's dumb. And this one, they're like, done. I was like, whoa, you're willing to just break all this stuff? I was like, that's some dedication. I really like the writing for that.
Yeah.
Now, do we?
I think
do we
everybody
have-
who's died is being dead.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he might go back in the future and see something, or find out where he can expand his powers. And I don't know. I
don't think we can do that.
I think if we do see Crazy again, it's going to be due to Michael going back in time.
Well, he did just get healed right before they decided to kill him. So maybe he touched her, and when he got shot, he healed his wounds and escaped the facility. So, I mean, we could finagle something if we need
That's
to.
a big leap.
We need
Or he
one
takes
page
off
of a
with him.
flashback. We need one flashback page, and we're done. We got it. Bobby, he stabbed Andre about 50. Listen.
Brutality.
He didn't have to do Andre like that.
Yes, he did. He been waiting on Andre at the door. Okay, as soon as he got Rodney's powers, he got all of them together in one swoop. And Rodney, he made sure there was no way you could survive that.
That part right there, the twist with Andre have like unknowingly helping the enemy, unknowingly helping the villain, was like, it was a letdown. I was like, oh, Andre, I was rooting for you.
I mean, he need the coin.
I know. I will admit it was unknowingly, but God, like it was like I hated
they fed
it.
him. exactly.
They
what
got
he
to
needed
him
hear.
first. They got to
Yeah,
him first.
exactly what he needed to hear. And then, but as soon as he realized, he's like, "This is not what." Like he's the one calling. They want him alive. They want him alive. And he's the one who's calling out. Like as soon as the things, look bad, he's like, "I'm not okay with this."
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me too. I'm not sure if y'all were in deep of Mortal Kombat 11. Yes, 11. In Jax's complexes when he had to, he got the chance to do things right, save his daughter, but that meant him working for the enemy, so to speak. And even though he operated in that capacity, he still was compassionate and he just wanted to do just a little bit to get what he needed. And that's what I saw in Andre. He just wanted to take his son to the movies. He didn't have a job. What am I going to do?
Did he see his? But he did. Did he see his son though? What his son was doing?
No, he was on the other side of the court.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Soon as his daddy didn't hear him knocking at the door, I'm finna go deal drugs. What?
Dad was asleep. He was tired. Okay, he was tired. He worked the night shift. He worked the night shift. He needed his daytime sleep.
Yes, he did.
Because of those powers.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how their powers regenerate or the power source of their powers? Because that happened a lot in the show. Like Rodney couldn't use his speed at one point. Michael couldn't teleport or he still can't go to the past. So I like the fact that they have realistic limitations to make them not seem like Mary Sue's or too OP for this world.
Yeah. Taser, the one who like studied his powers, like he didn't realize like, oh, like there's a limitation on like how many times I can do this in a stretch kind of thing.
I mean, that's how I'm convinced Michael's powers work, because I mean, he had just brought everybody back to life, and then Dion got shot, and he couldn't do it again. He can't do it again. He knew he couldn't do it again, and I'm sure he was trying to do it again, but he had already tapped out.
Yeah.
And I think for him, because he has like 3 different abilities, I think it's just that one that he couldn't use at that time. Like I think there's a limit to certain abilities.
That's gonna really like eat them up at some point, like having to be like incapacitated for hours at a time like that when you're it's like super dangerous like that. Like
because baby, they were passed out at Sabrina house.
Out.
They were knocked out.
And that's what I love it. They were knocked
like some seriously bad itis. Like that's the problem.
Grandma Big Mama ate cooked that night.
They're gonna have to study. They're gonna have to study what that's about very quickly.
Yeah, because when we went to the future, they had different abilities, and even though Sabrina had on this awful coat to hide the fact that they were trying to make her fly, she was able to fly and levitate a car for Andre to hold, which I know that's gonna be her man. Watch, I know that's gonna be her man by the time we see.
You think?
Oh yeah,
I can see that. Yeah,
that's gonna be her man. She's gonna stand beside him.
I'm gonna stand beside him.
Unlike she did that other guy that she flew up against the wall when she.
Look, my thing is, why you go back and say sorry? No. Stay out of the way. Go away.
Yeah. Walked up at the club. She's like, hey, what happened? So sorry.
No.
Not sorry. You absolutely deserved it.
He was
also, yes. Keep them phones charged too. You might want to
Please
put them on a charge before you go to sleep. Please.
Just got one of those little batteries. Like someone's like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Some wireless ones.
Yeah.
Just put it on top real quick.
Rodney, you can't do this. Rodney, do something, create something, energy, charge our phones.
Something.
And so another call out for smart writing. They didn't talk about how much Rodney was eating, but if you know anything about like superhero lore and like for speedsters, especially the Flash, and their metabolism, how much they have to eat and keep all the energy going, I was like, yeah, great. He was eating down in certain episodes, but they didn't talk about why. We knew why, because we know what that's about, but I thought that was so smart.
Absolutely.
I did like that he also used his super speed to eat his meal. That was great.
He was scarfing down. He was real hungry.
Oh yeah, he was starving. I think it's time for another commercial. And then when we come back, we will discuss what people are saying about Supacell.
All right.
Right.
Powers.
Golly.
In season 3, if it is found out that one of the liars is the new big bad, who should it be?
That she's involved with like the killing.
She is the killer.
Oh, does Karen count?
No, it's the 5, the original 5.
She's an honorary liar, though.
So is Jen, but I didn't put her in it.
She is not a
You know what? I'm gonna go with Imogen, because I don't know what these pills.
Thank you.
That she is doing to her psyche, and she could easily be almost kind of like a malignant and doing that stuff.
And you can check out Scream Kings on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook under the Scream Kings podcast. And that's with a Z, not an S. Apparently, Akil's power is invisibility, and he is literally sitting there watching us.
Don't do him. Don't do him like that.
We did not talk about the villains, and behind me are a big part of what I loved about this show. I love a fashionable jumpsuit with with these with superpowers, and they seem to all have like powers in the same world, like all elementals. It felt like we had wind and fire, electricity, and before Cam says it, I don't know how electricity opens a portal, but I know it can make sense. Okay, I know it can make sense.
Okay. Sure.
What do they call that in DC? Or like called warping or warging or
Oh, you mean when they be using them boom tubes?
Yeah, yes, the boom tubes. They got a bunch of boom
Wormholes.
tubes. Yes, that boom tubes.
Yeah.
Oh no, he put his hand towards and created a portal with electricity.
Okay. Threw some lightning up there.
And broke through the barrier and created a portal with an intentional direction.
But it's just like a portal to like a floor below. That was like the laziest portal.
I didn't understand it. I did not.
There's an elevator, man. Just take the elevator.
Crazy was like, I got a thing in my back pocket. If you just I can take you there to your mom. Like, oh please.
How? What are you talking about?
Explain the portal opening to us now. Now that could be a cool power. Portal creation.
How do you have this device that can do it? You concentrated his power. What is this device? Or was it all a lie?
So the technology in this world is that great to where we're doing portals. Got it. Cool. I understand. Before we get into what they're talking about, let's jump into we're talking about the villains. I would have my fingers crossed that the white, blonde hair, blue-eyed lady in the beginning was not going to be. I just they're not going to do that. They're not going to make her. Yeah, of course we knew it. I'm just like, no, nah. She's just a science lady behind this sickle cell foundation, which is the whole premise of how you get your powers. And when in her colonizing spirit, she had
a lot of power said just now.
Hello.
Now,
thank you. Yeah.
So it was becoming very clear the sickle cell treatment center was a front for that underground organization. I was surprised that she was the big boss, though. I was surprised that she was the big boss. For me.
What about you, Lucia? Surprised?
I was that actor Eddie Marson, the guy who's the boss. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh, that guy's gonna be trouble. That guy's gonna be a problem.
Every time.
And everyone seemed very scared of him, but I think looking back is like they weren't scared of him. They were scared that he was the person between them and the lady who's like, there's, not knowing there's a boss above him, but like everyone seems scared of her. And I'm like, I don't know why. Like, what ability does she have? What faculties of access to that she's like Alpha Dawes twist.
Now you wait a minute, Billy.
I don't know. She's really scared of her. I don't know why. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. I could see her coming. I could see that coming. I was like, that's tied in. But I thought they were worried about that actual Ray. Apparently, is the name of that guy, Eddie Morrison's character.
That's true, Lucia. Like it was baked into the story. Of course, it had to be. But I was just like, they're gonna do something that's gonna blow my mind. It's not gonna be her. It's not gonna be her. Of course, is this lady. Of course, it has to be.
You thought she was gonna be Professor X up in this thing.
No,
I mean he's problematic too. So she's basically
Does she mention having
helping the people?
No, she's giving Mr. Sinister doing these genetics.
She doesn't have any sickle cell stuff, so maybe she's stealing powers or something.
Of course, she's stealing powers.
I don't think they figured out how to do that yet because
they keep they take blood samples from them all the time.
The problem was,
she's sipping blood vials in the background.
By season 3, they're going to have a compound V. That's what it's called, by the way. They're going to have a compound V or some type of pill to give colonizers powers. And that's going to be the goal. And then they're going to mutate and become really things that's out of control and become the new big bad for season 4.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Something interesting I just remembered. So Ricky posted the Runga show, and I was looking at it, and I started looking up sickle cell just to kind of like remind myself how that works. Apparently, there's treatments now where they can give you a bone marrow transfusion, and bone marrow is where your blood cells come from. So it'll give you the cells of whoever, like so normal, non-sickle cell. So I'm wondering if she's inverting that to give herself.
That would be great.
Or watch it be like something like it's a way to like get like a government involvement. So like you're weaponizing like oh, we can sell this to the government and they can do this to their military and that probably not the UK military, probably the United States most likely.
Of course.
I
feel like we're already there. They're already weaponized this group of people, and if they were smart, if I knew what Crazy's ability was to absorb multiple powers, I would study his genes because he has the ability to hold other powers and take them temporarily. So he seems like he was to be the best candidate instead of killing him.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. Like you really don't actually.
They already have his blood. They already have his blood. Probably
because he was there for because he was technically in prison for an amount of time. He probably got. They probably got a couple vials of his.
Or what if he was the first experiment? Like maybe
he wasn't the first.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe
the mama was kidnapped before Crazy came in.
But Akil, he did say that to Tazar and them, y'all are babies. He told them that they were babies, and they were apparently, of course, it's for the generation of them. He did say that to them.
Who knows?
So I don't know what generation he is, but the mom didn't use the powers like she's been training. So, but she should be hearing it lax. Yeah.
That.
I mean, you just played the whole phrase, but sure.
Yeah.
Coin that.
Run me my money.
Very true.
Henrietta Lacson superpower.
Henrietta Lacson. Powers ass.
That is very intentional. Now that you think about it, that is very intentional.
Very much so.
Yeah, I think the whole show was intentional. I think it did really well.
Very intentional.
Introducing a different aspect to having superpowers and what makes you unique enough to get them. I think the whole background behind that is fresh.
Yeah. I mean, because I guess you could argue, like, I think it's contemporary. The show's contemporary would be The Boys right now. I think the show's contemporaries would be The Boys, where, you're talking about, like, how, like, these powers come about and, like, how it can be accessed and commodified and capitalized on with these undercover massive corporations.
I mean, everything was just so well tied together. I mean, yes, I was hoping that the Sickle Cell Foundation was not part of it, but like, I mean, if I was writing it, that's part of it. You have to do that. That gives you longevity. I think it's a great cover, and I look forward to see what this secret agency does and how they're gonna, do more to people with powers. It was very smart to use sickle cell as a vehicle to get superpowers, because it automatically eliminates a group of people. And if you want to see people of color in these roles, you did a great job at doing that in a way that makes sense scientifically. And also, it didn't feel like a woke project. And I hate that word, but that's words that we use in today. But it was great. Everybody gets together. We don't really know the villain to the end of the show, but everybody gets together and we have this. They culminate to this big fight scene. Shar is gone. She's looking for her. Dion is around being nosy, and we have this big confrontation with Crazy trying to find Shar. But that's when all of the elementals show up for this big grand battle, and I believe bad gal Sabrina killed somebody.
Yeah, she crushes them.
And I think that's going to be important for the future seasons of her, like, because she's all about doing things the right way. She's all about straight and narrow.
She's a nurse. She's all about helping people.
Let's be clear. That was the right thing to do in that situation.
I mean, of course, every time she's killed someone, which is her second time now, every time she's killed someone, it's because she had to. And I think that's going to mess with her. And I think any good writer would talk about the struggles she did with being someone who is created and designed to give and preserve life, and you're taking it away.
And then you kind of see why she looks so intense in the future, because Mama was looking like he don't care
all my life.
Oh yeah, she's done. She's already done.
She said, "Wait a minute,
yeah,
you car who was mommy?"
Gosh, she's like, you can't fly, can you? I can't fly. Yes, you can.
So
yes, you can.
She kills that guy who flies. I'm wondering, like, for a second, I was like, do they get the powers? Like, are they Highlandering these people? Like, if they kill someone, getting their stuff?
I love that.
Ronnie doesn't have electricity yet. I was wondering, like, did he get that guy with electricity? I don't know. I don't think he did.
Oh, that's fun.
I hated those. Okay,
well,
I like those outfits.
In the future scene, he does use electricity.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he killed the electricity guy.
The electricity guy still alive because that's how they got that portal. He was doing that
for now. For now. Oh, he was also alive in the future because they opened a portal in the future. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
No, they have technology by then.
Yeah.
I didn't like
what?
Guys, that fight. Okay, because you like what's the guy's name? Crazy says, "Oh, you're babies." Like. That was the most nonsense, really cool line, but also like his team that's been together for some amount of time, they're terrible. They're working together. They get beat by 5 individual fighters. That's what they get beat by.
In his defense, I feel like they have not been together a long time, but they've been working together long enough, if that makes sense. Like they haven't been together for years. Because he went to jail not that long ago. I hope they've been
together for weeks because they're terrible.
Yeah, at that point, I would say they've probably been together a few months because Crazy was in jail, but he made a deal to get out to start working with them. And I'm sure he had to go through like an orientation.
He had to fill out paperwork, get his W-9s,
onboarding,
orientation. It's a whole process.
This is your benefits.
Systems down sometimes. It takes extra
HR
time.
paperwork. Yeah,
I could see that team being built around him. Like, we got you out of jail. Yeah. We're gonna build this team around you. You're the leader. Here's some knuckleheads. You get to use all their powers because they did really like lean into like, you can tag me. You can tag me. Mm-hmm. That was the thing they seemed good at was like getting crazy abilities in time.
And you know what? They did some good practical effects, even though I could tell it was an effect when he did the fire circle.
No, that was real.
You can see how it was built, and the thing was underneath his arm. I mean, it was a great. I'm glad they did a practical effect. Actually, I think that was brilliant. But you could definitely tell the way he was holding his hands. It was a little torch thing underneath there. But he could be the GOAT. I just don't know how long he holds powers. I don't know if it's
clearly not long. It's not long. After he touches them, it literally looks like it's a few seconds. Because when he wasn't next to anybody, he was freaking out.
That firepower held on to for a while though.
Well, the guy was in the circle with him.
Yeah, but he wasn't tagging him. I don't know.
He was close enough to him that he was touching him.
Was the flying dude part of Crazy's team?
Oh, I don't. He was an agent. We don't know if he was on his team, but he could have been.
Yeah,
he was.
He did say
I
he
suppose
was
he
sent
was.
to get her, to get Charlene. He said he was sent to get her.
Yeah, he was aware. That's why he thought that
he
Char
gotta
was
get
the one that.
Sabrina.
Yeah, he thought that Char had the powers, and that's why they took her. They eventually
Trying
took
to
her.
take her that first time.
Yeah, and then ended up realizing it was Sabrina.
So do we think that Crazy knew ahead of time that she had those powers, and that's why he got close to her sister?
No. He knew. I don't think he knew anything until they said something, because the organization didn't even know until they started getting those readings. Yeah. So the organization was the ones who told him, because he hadn't even come back into the picture until they had him insert himself.
So I think once Sabrina like showed her powers with her ex-boyfriend, because I feel like they got cameras all over the place, so they picked up on it, and they probably, because I think shortly after that, Crazy was popping up at her house trying to. So I think after that, I think that's when that was kind of like his entryway in, like, oh, I know these folks.
Yeah.
This should be an easy snatch.
Yeah.
When Sabrina uses her powers the first time, that is my favorite. Like, she flings the guy back, right, and he like into the door. I replayed.
It was kind of quick to me.
It was good.
I
played that a couple times.
It was very aggressive.
Also, like, homegirl, where you at? The girl that he was with.
She was in the car. Oh, she
no,
was in the house.
No, she was like, nope. You probably, that's what you get to.
Mind her being packing her stuff. Let me get my stuff together.
Right, trifling.
I like when she was in the storage closet and her powers were sort of manifesting. She was floating all the stuff in the storage closet. It was, it was that classic TK. I have this ability now. I understand. Moment. So yeah, it was great.
Like, this is really happening.
Yeah. So we know the mission was for Michael to save Dion, and we get to the moment toward the final episode, and there's this huge battle, and Crazy actually gets away and takes Rodney's powers and speeds and kills everyone. And Michael goes back in time and resets it. And before Crazy can do that again, he kills Crazy. However, Crazy was able to get one final bullet, and that final bullet made its way all the way to that brand new automobile, BMW, and killed Dion, who was there over and over and over, and no one thought to take her home.
Or she didn't think to pull herself in reverse and drive herself home.
Call me when y'all are done, please.
Everybody has y'all got transportation abilities. Figure it out. You run fast, you carry somebody, and you teleport. I'm not here. I'll come back and get y'all when everybody's done.
Yeah, even Superman drops Lois off somewhere else and goes back and fight. Now, she may make her way back around there, but at least he takes her away. They didn't even try. They just go sit in the car. This is not a sit in the car situation.
No, so at some point, he tells her to get in the car. She drives off, and then she brings her ass back. That's what gets her. She was actually on her way out, and she brings her ass back. And then that's what got her. She could have gotten out. She was almost out.
But I also that was my theory how I opened, because I told y'all she didn't seem like the type that's just gonna sit there. She knew what she was doing, so
yeah.
But I also feel like when he reversed time, instead of going over there to kill him, he should have just told him what was gonna happen. This man can't do nothing. He don't got powers. Y'all do. Stay away from him. Period. Like, just pause. Okay, just tell them, look, I just rewound time. Okay, he's trying to get Rodney's power to do X, Y, and Z. Sabrina, handle it.
Snap his neck.
Something.
Into that building and through a window.
You know she wants to do it anyway. She wants to get rid of him. She's irritated with him.
Like, come on.
Andre's son was running the trap, period. He said, you want to make some money? Yes. And the next thing you know, he got his clipboard talking about, y'all need to go over there.
He was a businessman. He's an entrepreneur.
He is an entrepreneur, just like his pops.
But he could have handled that rewind time situation differently. But I guess that's gonna come with experience.
Yeah, you didn't think that was gonna happen.
No, like I was like, you went over there to kill him? Are you crazy?
I would have just froze him.
Right.
In time. But did y'all notice when he froze him once before, he was sort of fighting through it like on Charm? He was just sort of.
But it was because his power was running out. His hold was running out.
Oh, it was because of Michael, not because of the strength.
Yes.
Michael needed another nap.
He was approaching that. After he rewound time, he needed a nap.
The itis is about to kick in. I
need a hamburger and a nap now. Stat.
Right.
Sabrina's house, couches.
Right.
Yeah, he should have. If he would have handled that differently, I think everything would have been fine. But he did not go about that situation at all the correct way. There were so many ways this could have been avoided.
That butterfly flick came back and got them together because you changed one thing, and Dion don't have 3 months, dog. She got 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
It's today.
It's today.
It's today.
But overall, go ahead.
I wonder what's gonna happen, like when it's actually like because it was 9/7/24, which is actually like coming up. Like I wonder if they'll have something for that day,
like an announcement that they got season 2.
Something, a season 2, a mid show, a mid season something. I don't know. If they don't do something on that day, that's a lost opportunity.
I think so too, and hopefully we get a season 2. I read an interview. I don't know if I put it in the next segment, but I'll tell you ahead of time. Ratman said that he has this show planned out for 3 seasons. Not saying there can't be more, but he has a 3-season outline and plan already in place.
Amen.
And that's how you walk in. Exactly.
As long as if it, even if you can create more, as long as like at least by season 3, we'd be okay with the ending there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But you know how Netflix is about shows. So
Raising Dion.
Sense8.
Yeah. Bring it. Yeah.
Oh,
Sabrina. Down.
October Faction. Half-Blooded. The bastard son of the devil himself.
That was good too.
All great shows.
Yeah, all of them shows.
Let's have some fun and talk about what everyone else is saying. We know we loved it, but let's see what everybody else is saying about it. So, Gabrielle Union. I binged the. I can't see that.
You see that either? Nope. Here we go.
I can fix that up. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I binged the whole series yesterday, and I cannot wait until season 2. #Supercell. #Strong Black Lead. And then I'm going to read this. I really want y'all to watch Supacell on Netflix. It's about 5 people from South London who get powers and have to work together to stop something from happening in the future. The cast is black. It's a really fucking good. Aye.
Right.
Amar Doofus. As someone with sickle cell, I felt very empowered watching Supercell. The show is dope, casting is incredible, and the concept is genius. Thank you at Real Ratman for bringing sickle cell to the mainstream media. Catch it on Netflix. You won't be disappointed. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you feel seen. Tazar in every episode. Taser I'ma cut you.
With that exact face. With that exact
and
face.
that exact knife.
Right. Exactly.
Nobody it's close to midnight.
Right.
They had a filter on TikTok. I was going to try to do it, but I didn't have time. But yeah. I think Real Ratman is an actual genius, coming up with a show that encompasses Black culture and illness that predominantly affects us, and making those things a prerequisite for getting superpowers. This show is what we needed in so many ways. Season 2, win, #Supercell.
I mean, yes, indeed.
Man.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to listen to my man was a person.
Not fair. Not fair.
He doesn't listen to her either.
They don't listen to each other. That's right, their problem.
Right.
Y'all didn't need to get married. Y'all didn't even listen to each other.
Yeah. Michael's life would have been 1,000 times easier if he listened to her.
I hate when people are in these situations. Like, somebody help. Like, Michael, we're all literally standing here and none of us can do anything in this moment. So you're saying, somebody
If
help me.
anyone can do something, it's you.
Exactly.
And you can't, 'cause your
And
power's
Sabrina was like, I'm a nurse, but
Right. Look, an actual nurse. Oh, damn.
yeah. Shout out for not giving her healing abilities. Thank you.
Oh,
I need season 2 of Supercell right now. I got the bike holiday. Okay.
Stop.
I really loved how intentional Supercell was. Firstly, in its abilities to combine science fiction, history, and fantasy to explore the Black British experience. Secondly, in its just being and ends. And lastly, because of the themes on sickle cell and the indifference to Black people going missing, but everyone but us.
By everyone but us.
By everyone but us, yeah. Very true. It's not just in America.
Okay.
And I have that conspiracy too that we are being experimented on once again, taking our organs, snatching them away. Yeah, but that's what I have to say about that. So I think it's a pretty. We can say that everyone loved the show, right? We can say that this is a show that majority of people had a really good time watching, experiencing, and enjoying it. And not just because it was Black, but yes, because it was Black. Okay, it was just good. What is everyone's overall thoughts and feelings about the show? Lucio.
Oh man, I want more. I watched it the whole thing in like 2 days, which is hard for me to do, but man, it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. I mean, barring the opening when you're like, oh, I don't understand these accents. Like by the end, you're like, I got it. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a Londoner. I'm here.
It was a proper mare at the beginning, but by the end, you're good.
A proper love, yes. Okay, what about you, Cam? What did you think about final thoughts on the season?
Okay, my final thoughts on Supercell would be that it's really refreshing to see something that is led by a majority Black cast be so well received in mainstream media.
Yeah.
Like even outside of the Black community, just to see people's excitement about it and to read so many responses to people watching it from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram, like seeing people be so enthused and hunger for more. It's refreshing. It was an amazing show. They did a great use of their 6 episodes, the timing, good pacing, top tier entertainment. It's a lot of tea.
Absolutely loved it. I was at first when I finished, I'm like, was 6 episodes truly enough? But it really was, because I think if they added a 10 to 12 season, I think they wouldn't have gotten the love that each episode was crafted around. Gave us enough to take us into the next episode. So I'm definitely hoping that Netflix does the right thing to renew.
Yeah. That's a huge shout out to Ratman. He was a showrunner. And everybody who knows the showrunner job is to make sure that the overall story that's being told is being told in the best way possible over the amount of episodes that you are greenlit for. And 6 episodes is not easy. Okay, 6 episodes is not easy work to do. But they got in there, told the story, and got out and prayed, fingers crossed, for more. So if they get renewed, I definitely want 8 to 10. It felt like we were robbed because the season was so short, but not really. Ricky.
I don't know. I feel like maybe just how the pacing of how those episodes were, and I was quite surprised to see that it was only 6. It felt like a little bit longer for me. So I felt like it was good, but it wasn't like they wasted time in those episodes too.
Not at all.
So I think they're doing some good things, and I love the concept of how they got their powers and how they connected it to the community, and I'm really excited. I hope Netflix does right by this and gives it the 2nd season.
Yeah.
I'm invested in these characters.
Absolutely. And they did a great job of making us fall in love with these characters. side characters too. I can't remember Rodney's best friend's name. Spud, maybe Spud.
Spud, yeah. Spud.
I really think he's gonna be a fun sidekick, Alfred type character that's gonna be good for them in the future. Billy said, "How long are we willing to wait for season 2? Even if it's 12 episodes? Sorry, the whole production needs to time travel power so we can have absolutely Michael.
Right.
Give us the next 3 seasons immediately.
Right. Well,
I'll wait a year. I'll wait a year. That's
unfortunately,
that's
I mean, that's really the minimum, because that's how these shows are, at least for Netflix lately. Like these streaming shows, they have like forever. We have to make sure they get renewed. That's the thing.
Yeah,
because there's still no word about that, which is crazy to me.
I mean, it literally just came out at the end of June, so technically it's still really early. But like,
no, I don't want to hear it. When shows can get renewed before they even premiere. I don't want to hear it.
That's true.
Yeah, Sabrina got renewed pretty early on, and so did Sense8, but he got canceled. I think that this show was groundbreaking. I was campaigning for the show since 2022, waiting for it to be released, and as soon as it dropped, literally probably 3 a.m, I finished it. I stayed up and finished the entire show, to my own detriment, but I did enjoy getting this story. And since then, I've been pushing people to watch it, and I hope that everyone that I came in contact with has truly enjoyed it. Ratman, you are super dope. I would love to have you on this show so we can talk to you about Supacell, and I hope you're watching. I'm sure you're tagged somewhere in all of this, but all the actors were thoughtful in their performances and in the casting. Everything was just great, and to see them on the red carpet in their who they actually are was super cool. To see the contrast between the actors and the characters that they actually play, and that they're actually real people. 2 of them I didn't really know. I didn't know the girl who said Jesus Christ, and I didn't know the light skinned guy with the updo. But we need a season 2. I hope that they greenlight them for 2 more seasons off the rip, and then we can revisit this. I don't like fluff episodes of TV show, and we didn't have one. And so I do know for pacing, you do need to sort of give some time for it to breathe. But this is a great example of how this show has built in some really cool moments to allow the main story arc to sort of breathe by itself. Like you can really develop and fall in love with these individual characters. Even Andre's son was a great moment. The sideline characters with him and the guy who tried to get him to sell drugs, and Andre not breaking his neck when his powers.
That's so bad.
I was like, Andre is pissed right now. He's pissed, and so he didn't show it. So like just little things like that. We need more seasons. We need more content like this. Ratman, I hope they give you the 50 Cent treatment and say, we're going to build a universe off of your concepts and your brain. And it was just super good. Yeah, and we need more. We want more. And thank you guys who came and hung out with us in the comments. Let's see. We have Christy and AJ from In Love with Horror. We have Billy, DeAndre. We have the Scream Kings, Michael and Bobby. We have Philip, Hun, Miss Sandra. Is that from Game of Thrones? Is that a Miss Game of Thrones reference? Sandra, she's one of the characters I really like. We had Jeremy Bear. I'm my baby. Okay, thank you.
Jeremy Bear me.
Oh, Jeremy Bear me. Okay.
Yes,
thank you so much for coming to hang out with us.
Also, yeah, the music was great too.
Oh yeah, it was.
Some of it was his.
Yeah.
Of course. My name is Taman Kane, and you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, here on Geeking Out, and also on Scream Kings. And yeah, and I'm here with my friends, and let's just popcorn it to you, Ricky.
All right, and you can find me at RickyZ_social. That's RICKEYZ_social on most social media.
I'm at LuciaMan or at LuciaMan79 on everything.
Same thing, AK the Great, Twitter and Instagram. Enjoyed it.
A complicated one. On Twitter, you can find me at Cadence Third World. On Facebook, you can find me Cadence Nova Kane. And I think it's Nova. Yeah, Nova Cadence Nova Kane. And on Instagram, you can find me Nova_Kane. There you go. Merry Christmas.
And we can't play the song that deserves to be played, but remember, they're not like us. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.